Today for our mini message, Jacob is fixing to vent. You ever had those moments where you're like, Popeye used to say, I've had all I can stands, I can't stands no more. That's Jacob right here. He has been manipulated, used, and abused by Laban for 14 years. He's tired of it. He's done. And so he is fixing to unload on this guy because he's been accused of stealing, which he didn't do. Now, we know Rachel did, but he didn't. And then Laban has taken advantage of him forever, and this is Jacob's chance to say his piece. And let's pick up in verse 36 of Genesis 31. It says, when Jacob became very angry, and he challenged Laban. What's my crime, he demanded. What have I done wrong to make you chase after me as though I was a criminal? You have rummaged through everything I own. Now show me what you found that belongs to you. Set it out here in front of us before our relatives for all to see. Let them judge between us. Because remember, Laban had brought a bunch of people with him. It says in verse 38, for 20 years I have been with you, caring for your flocks. And all that time your sheep and goats never miscarried. In all those years I never used a single ram of yours for food. If any were attacked and killed by wild animals, I never showed you the carcass and asked you to reduce the count of your flock. No, I took the loss myself. You made me pay for every stolen animal, whether it was taken in broad daylight or in the dark of night. I worked for you through the scorching heat of the day and through the cold and sleepless nights. Yes, for 20 years I slaved in your house. I worked for 14 years earning your $2 and then 6 more for your flock. And you changed my wages 10 times. In fact, if the God of my father had not been on my side, the God of Abraham and the fearsome God of Jacob, I love that description of God right there. You would have sent me away empty-handed, but God has seen your abuse and my hard work. That's why he appeared to you last night and rebuked you. Because remember, Laban was planning to kill Jacob, and God said, don't you lay a hand on him. And so Laban has had to back off of that. I do think if he had found the idols, I think he might have followed through and killed Jacob anyway, because he would have felt like he had grounds to do it and he would have had the witnesses and all that, but he didn't. So this is anger that had built up for all of these years that just kind of explodes out of Jacob. It's a real moment, it's real life. This is how someone would respond to being accused of these things after years of service and abuse and being taken advantage of. It totally fits just human nature. I would have exploded a long time before this, but yet here he is finally after this. He asked, what's my crime? What have you found? What from your house? What from your belongings have you found? Then he talks about all the years he's been with him. Then he talks about the sheep and the goats. And then he talks about that he never used a single ram for food. He talks about the carcasses. See, what a shepherd could do is if he had an animal attack, like a wolf or something like that, attack one of the flock, if he retrieved the carcass, he could take it and show it, and it wouldn't be deducted from his pay because he risked his life to get the carcass back. But he never did that. Jacob just replaced it out of his own flock. Sleepless nights, all of these things. He went through this. This was Jacob just exploding. And I totally understand why. He challenged Laban to lay out the accusation. Laban couldn't do it. See you soon.